The term guna is generally translated as quality, a word which is only accepted for default of a better. For it must not be overlooked that the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, constitute the very substance of prakriti. All nature which issues from her is called trigunatmaka, composed of the same gunas in different states of relation to one another. The functions of sattva, rajas and tamas are to reveal, to make active, and to suppress respectively. Rajas is the dynamic principle, as sattva and tamas are static. Neither can reveal nor suppress without being first rendered active by rajas. These gunas work by mutual suppression. The unrevealed prakriti is the state of stable equilibrium of these three gunas. The upward or revealing movement from the predominance of tamas to that of sattva represents the spiritual progress of the jivatma. The object of tantric sadhana is to bring out and make preponderant the sattva guna by the aid of rajas. The subtle body of the jivatma comprises buddhi, ahamkara, manas, and the 10 senses. This subtle body creates gross bodies suited to the spiritual state. Under the influence of prarabdha karma, buddhi becomes tamasic, rajasic, or sattvic. In the first case, the jivatma assumes inanimate bodies. In the second, active passionate bodies. And in the third, sattvic bodies of varying degrees of spiritual excellence. The gross body conveys impressions to the jivatma through the subtle body and the buddhi in particular. When sattva is made active, impressions of happiness result. When rajas or tamas are active, the impressions are those of sorrow and delusion. These gunas work by mutual suppression. Where one predominates, the others are suppressed. There is always in the jivatma an admixture of sorrow with happiness due to the operation of rajas. The natural state of the jivatma is that bliss which arises from pure knowledge of the self, in which both happiness and sorrow are objects of indifference. In the vegetable world, sattva is but little active, with a corresponding lack of discrimination. In the lower animal, sattva in buddhi is not sufficiently active to lead to development of higher conceptions. In man, however, the sattva in buddhi is considerably active, and these conceptions are natural in him. For this reason, the human birth is, for spiritual purposes, so important. All men, however, are not capable of forming such conceptions in equal degree. The degree of activity in an individual's buddhi depends on his prarabdha karma. However bad such karma may be, the individual is yet gifted with that amount of discrimination, which, if properly aroused and aided, will enable him to better his spiritual condition. By inducing the rajaguna to give more and more activity to the sattva guna in his buddhi. On this account, proper guidance and spiritual direction are necessary. A good guru will mark out the path proper for the disciple, and aid him to follow it by the infusion of the tejas which is in the guru himself. Whilst sadhana is a process for stimulation of the sattva guna, one form is not suitable to all. It must be adapted to the spiritual condition of the disciple. Otherwise it will cause injury instead of good. Therefore, it is better to follow one's own dharma than that, however exalted, of another. This is the eternal dance of the gunas, and our path to transcendence through understanding our true nature.